Right. But that course, they were so spread out. And they were just so focused on themselves, obviously, and that should have been first and foremost. They weren't really, I mean, nobody really knew what Adam McDivitt was doing on the back nine because he was so far ahead of everybody. And after that 44, I mean, I don't know how many people were too much concentrated on Adam McDivitt.
Let me put myself into your head now. We all knew about what we thought it was going to take to get out. We all thought that they had shot in the low teens in the sectional to win the sectional, and we had all done the math. We'd all looked at the teams that were coming into this regional, powerful teams, and we thought they're going to have to shoot at least 1 or 2 shots per player to even have a possibility of getting out.
Yeah.
So when you saw those front 9 scores, what did you think?
Well, I mean, obviously, I just multiplied them, and they would have been at 314, and
you thought, no way.
No way. I mean, you would have had to shave the couple strokes off somewhere. I mean, you know, we knew they had to get 4 in the 70s, and they came close to it.
Yeah.
But Cody White was pretty high in the 70s, and we didn't figure that. So.
Well, and here's what you're saying for those who are kind of maybe losing my train of thought here. If you would have told me, I'm going to read the scores 1 through 5, and you tell me how you think this team did, and the first name out of the box was Cody White, and you say to me he shot his second worst round of the year at 78, you know what I would have said? You don't need to read me any more scores. It's over.
It is, yeah.
It's over. If you told me the first score out of the box you'd have read to me was Cody White shoots 78, I would have said, well, okay, when's the first football game?
Exactly.
When's Coach Osmond starting football this year?
Exactly.
But unbelievable how the rest of those guys, and that's what I loved about your article, and that's what's great about this whole story, is that each one of them in their own way had to play a very important part in this whole story.
Yeah, they did. They really did. I mean, when you look at it, Yorktown ranked number 8 in the state on their home course.
Right.
Shoots a 315.
Right.
This tournament was set up where they didn't turn in 9-hole scores or anything.
Why did they do that?
I think it was just because of the weather.
Okay.
They knew the weather was coming, so they wanted to get people going as fast as possible.
So nobody knew anything.
Nobody really knew anything, and I think that kind of benefited Oak Hill a little bit because if they would have known that Yorktown was up there and the scores, that probably would have tensed them up a little bit, but they had no clue what these other teams were shooting on the front nine.
Yeah, because it was almost like they went out in the back nine with everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Exactly.
And had they known that they were right in the middle of it, they might not have shot those scores.
Exactly.
Wow. And you're telling me the back nine's a lot harder than the front nine.
It is.
So you had guys like Renbarger and you had guys like McDivitt who went out there and played no-holds-barred golf and just absolutely just took over. Unbelievable.
I mean, you look at it, last time Oak Hill played there at the Muncie Central Invite, that the Players Club, the only time they played there, Yorktown beat them by 25 strokes.
Isn't that something?
I mean, Yorktown.
Imagine if you're on the Yorktown team right now.
Imagine
if we're doing your rap and Yorktown Tiger Golf right now.
Yorktown had a 297 when they played at Muncie Central Invite.
Isn't that something?
Yorktown had to have been in disbelief when Oak Hill turned in that 314 score.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. And then, I mean, Cathedral.
And if they would have shot that Brandon Swan bounced off the cart path, they really would have been in unbelief.
Yeah.
Oh, my. So was it pretty quick then once everybody posted that they thought to themselves, we are actually going to the state finals?
You know, as soon as they posted with the 314 and Yorktown had a 315 and Yorktown was out, we were just waiting on one score from Cathedral.
Yeah.
And that score is an 84 from the number 2 player, which is a story in itself.
So now you really knew they had a shot.
Then they turned into 316.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I looked at those scores, and I follow golf in the state, and the teams that they were beating, the Yorktowns and the Cathedrals of the world, are absolute golf powerhouses.
They are, yeah.
In fact, I think Cathedral still has the all-time state record for the lowest 36 holes ever shot in the state finals. So they're an absolute juggernaut in golf.
Exactly. It was just, it was pressure-packed all day, and, you know, thing of up and downs. Cody doesn't think he's going anywhere. He's all disappointed. He has to turn around at par 18. It was just a roller coaster all day.
So when this is all done, when this is all said and done, from the time the first Oak Hill golfer teed off, the Cody White 2-putted on 18 took how long?
See, the first Oak Hill golfer teed off at right at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And Cody White 2-putted in at
about 5.
About 5. Yeah.
So you do the math. That's a long day at the office.
And then they had to wait. Then they had another weather.
Yeah, right.
Then they had a second rain delay that they had to wait through for the other scores to come in, so that they knew for positive they were going and they had to get the ribbons.
Unbelievable.
So when all said and done, they got the ribbons about 6 o'clock.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now you and I were just talking. There is not exactly resort-like weather scheduled for Carmel over the next 4 or 5 days.
No, there isn't.
Is this the deal tomorrow that when they start playing, we're going to be here until we get this first round done? I mean, is this something they could be playing at 10 o'clock tomorrow night?
Oh, I mean, well, they got till, with daylight savings, they got till 9:30.
That's the good news, because, boy, there's all kind of bad weather forecasts for.
Yeah, who knows?
You saw what you hear about 3 o'clock today.
Exactly. But you think about it. There's teams coming from all over. They're in hotel rooms.
Wow.
There's parents that probably have taken time off of work. So they're going to do all they can to get these matches, these rounds in on Monday and Tuesday. Obviously scheduling wise, they could play it anytime they want to, but
I wonder with
Wednesday,
what we just got here, which was an absolute deluge. I wonder how much of that ended up down in Carmel. It'd be interesting to watch the weather. I will say this, and usually Indianapolis television weather is pretty sharp, and I watched every one of them this morning because I knew we were going to be doing the sportscast on Rappin' Sports, and by the way, it is 5:30. And it looked like tomorrow all the rain is south of Indianapolis. So you know where the IHSAA are geniuses? They had been playing this down in Franklin, guess what?
Yeah.
Pouring down rain all day.
Exactly.
You play it up in Carmel, they might get this whole thing in without a drop of rain tomorrow. Wouldn't that be something?
They could. Yeah, it would be great if they did. Yeah.
Well, tomorrow you're going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on the air. IHSAA really updates scores. So from 2 until 4 tomorrow, I really think I'm going to be able to do a heck of a job of getting numbers out. I plan on being there all day on Wednesday for the final round. And if I said to you right now, here's $1 million in this bag of money, there's 15 teams. If you can pick the exact spot Oak Hill's going to finish, where would you pick them to finish? They're playing with house money. There's nothing to lose here. They should be loosey-goosey.
This is the first time all year they're probably going to be relaxed and there's going to be no pressure on them.
None.
This is the first tournament all year they're going to be relaxed and they're just going to out there and enjoy it. If they finish in the top half, they're going to have to be elated.
Well, if they finish in the top 10, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. They'd be absolutely elated for a top half finish. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Just an unbelievable story.
If they go out there and beat 5 teams, they
ought to be ecstatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now be honest with me. Can we even discuss, is there the most remote chance of them winning a state championship, or is that completely out of the question?
Center Grove's been putting up some
ridiculous numbers.
Yes, ridiculous numbers.
Like everybody in the 60s or something like that. Okay.
So, they've been putting up
so they're the favorite. They're the favorite.
And, Hamilton Southeastern's ranked 5th in the state.
What did they shoot on Friday?
308.
So as good as Oak Hill played, they still beat Hamilton Southeastern still beat Oak Hill by 6 shots.
Yeah. They're not that far away from them.
Yeah.
But
who got second in that?
Noblesville with the 310.
So Noblesville will be there.
Yeah.
So you got those two, and those are absolute golf communities.
Yeah, Noblesville.
Where every human being that has 2 legs and 2 arms plays golf.
Yeah.
7 days a week, 365. Yeah. So you can imagine how good those 2 teams are going to be.
Noblesville, surprisingly, is not even ranked in the top 20. They're one of the
How did that happen?
I don't know. They're one of the teams that's not ranked in the top 20. So
everybody I know that lives in Noblesville plays golf every day.
I know.
So I can only imagine how good their golf team is.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So they've so changed this that I'm trying. Power golf, where you shoot 6,000 over, you play both days. You play both days, don't you?
Coming back, yeah.
You see Cody maybe having he kind of got a new lease on life, and he has a chance to really go. We know he's the best golfer in Grant County. you don't do what he's done for 2 months without being the best golfer in Grant County. I know there's some days he wasn't,